A lot of you guys have been asking, Kevin, what do you think about Erling Haaland signing a 9.5-year contract with Manchester City? For those of you guys who do not know, yes, Erling Haaland was one of the players that Joan Laporta wanted at FC Barcelona, which is the main reason I'm going to be making this video. I am going to be explaining what this new contract is all about with Man City, what it means for the future, and also especially what does it mean for FC Barcelona in the striker position, because Joan Laporta wanted Erling Haaland to be the replacement to Lewandowski, whether it was in 2025 or in 2026. Erling Haaland was always destined to join FC Barcelona, but now it does not seem like it's going to happen. Erling Haaland's renewal with Man City is a huge slap to the face of Joan Laporta. Now Barcelona is going to have to maneuver somewhere else, and I do have a solution to that in the last half of this video. But first, let's talk about Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland signed a new contract with Man City, extending his stay at Man City until the summer of 2034. His previous contract was set to expire in 2027, so 2 years from today. But the new deal does span for a total of 9.5 years, almost covering 10 total seasons, removing all release clauses from his previous agreement as well. And by the time the contract does end, Erling Haaland is going to be 34 years old. Sources familiar with the deal do indicate that it is one of the most lucrative sporting contracts ever, reflecting Erling Haaland's strong connection with Man City. And let me tell you, I really do think the reason why Erling Haaland made this decision is because the father wanted him to. But besides that, Erling Haaland is not going to be going anywhere but Man City. There was rumors about him maybe going to Real Madrid or maybe going to FC Barcelona, which is a shame because with someone like him and as talented as him, you would expect Erling Haaland to go to a different club every 4 to 5 years. That was the whole idea before he even joined Man City, but it's not going to happen. He is going to almost be a one-club man. Haaland is very happy living in Manchester City and playing with the Premier League champions. He did join City back in 2022 for a 60 million euro transfer from Borussia Dortmund. He has scored 111 goals in 126 games. He has already won 2 Premier Leagues, 1 FA Cup, the Champions League, and the Super Cup. And most likely Erling Haaland is going to outlast Pep Guardiola at City because Pep did recently sign his contract extension until 2027. And right now, it does not look so good for Pep. Like, I would not even be surprised if he does eventually leave this upcoming summer. But for sure, Erling Haaland is going to be here even after Pep Guardiola. And look, there are multiple reasons why Erling Haaland would also continue at City. I mean, Haaland rarely does get injured, and City do a great job on protecting the player, making sure that he is always available. His parents and even himself do feel very settled at Manchester, which is always very important for a club when they want to maintain one of their best players. And I do think that because he is going to be having 9 more years at the club, for sure City's going to make him the cornerstone, right, of this new project that will be happening after Pep Guardiola. And I really do hope, right, this is my own personal opinion, this is my own theory and speculation. I'm not saying that this is for sure going to happen, but I do think that the next coach for Man City is going to be Xavi Hernandez, mainly because the transition from Pep to Xavi is very, very smooth. And the fact that City have erased all new release clauses just goes to show that City just want to maintain the player for the long term. They do not want to give any club a chance to sign the player. And if they do, if some club does, they're going to have to come in with big loads of cash. Like, I'm talking about more than 180 million euros. And it's going to be very exciting because it has also been said that Erling Haaland's longevity in Man City might surpass Alan Shearer. I don't know if I said that correctly, but his goal scoring record in the Premier League, which is 260 goals. Erling Haaland currently has 79 goals in the Premier League. So if he does score 20 goals per season for the next 10 years, that would allow him to break that record. So I'm pretty sure that many City fans are happy. Erling Haaland is a highly marketable global superstar that brings in cash. This is the reason why Joan Laporta wanted Erling Haaland and to be the replacement of Lewandowski, is because when you have Erling Haaland on the back of a t-shirt, many people, many kids are going to want to buy that t-shirt, and it just brings more money, more revenue. The broadcast revenue skyrockets because you do have a real star. So he's ideal for City's commercial and branding goals. If only Barcelona could have gotten this, it would have been amazing. Nonetheless, I'm happy for Erling Haaland, I'm happy for Man City, and for all the fans, right? They get what they wanted, everybody's happy in this deal, and now this does leave FC Barcelona in the air, and it gives us the big question: who is going to be the replacement for Robert Lewandowski? And one of the players that many people have been recommending has been Alexander Isak, but I do have a big but. I don't think it's going to be him, nor am I really a big fan of the player. Yes, I know that he is a great goal scorer. Yes, I know that he has also played in La Liga, but Barcelona have to aim bigger. They must, and they have to go for a striker that has proven to score more goals. And I do think that player should be Viktor Gyokeres from Sporting CP. If we cannot get Gyokeres, then of course let's look at the alternative, which is Alexander Isak. But right now, Barcelona should put all of their bets on Viktor Gyokeres, who does emulate Erling Haaland. Viktor Gyokeres is a juggernaut. Right now in this season, he has played 30 games so far. He has 32 goals and 5 assists. So he's averaging 1.8 1.1 or 1.2 goal contribution per 90 minutes. That's really good. Last season, he played 50 games, scored 43 goals and 14 assists. So right now he is on track to beat his record from last season if he continues down this way. When you compare these numbers and goals to Alexander Isak, for example, Isak at Newcastle right now played 23 matches, has 17 goals and 5 assists. In the 2023-2024 season, he played 40 matches, scored 25 goals and 2 assists. None of these 2 seasons that we have seen from Isak beats Viktor Gyokeres numbers right now at all. As a matter of fact, if you go to Isak's numbers from last season where he played 40 matches, Gyokeres currently has played 30 games, so 10 games less than Isak from last season, yet he has more goals already, which is 32, and Isak accumulated only 25. Gyokeres is the real deal. To back this up even more, we look at Gyokeres and Isak in this spider chart. You can just see that Gyokeres is superior in everything besides the passes to the box. That's basically it. Gyokeres is good in attacking actions. He is superior in aerial duels. He is superior in expected goals. But when it comes to non-penalty goals and passes received, they are even. But overall, this graph does show us that Gyokeres is the superior striker, somebody who is much more complete. If we also look at the attacking numbers, Gyokeres right now this season within their own respective leagues surpasses Isak in everything besides assists per 90, big chances missed, and accurate passes per 90. Everything else, Gyokeres is better. More total shots, a better shot accuracy, more shots per 90, more shots on target per 90, more goals per 90, a better expected goal per 90 rate, and has better successful dribbles per 90, which is 2.02, while Isak has 1.63. Now, just because I'm saying this, am I trying to say that Isak is trash? No, Isak is not trash. Isak is a world-class striker. You guys heard this here first. Isak is a world-class top-tier striker in the world, one of the best strikers in the world, but Gyokeres is just 2 levels above. And then when we look at the heat map so far this season, you can see that Gyokeres is much more dangerous in the box. Look at how much red there is on his side compared to Isak, right? You barely do see any red. He does a lot of damage and he knows how to score with both feet. Gyokeres is a player that has really stand out this season. He's the leading goal scorer across major domestic and international competition, highlighting his effectiveness in front of goal. From January 2024 all the way until December 2024, he scored 54 goals in 58 matches. It's exceptional. His performances are not just about goals, by the way. Gyokeres is noted for his physicality, his speed, his technical skills. He's being described as a Swiss Army knife, a forward who is capable of channel running, holding up play, and scoring in various ways, from poaching to finishing from distance. We need a striker right now, right? Barcelona needs a striker that can run behind the defensive line, somebody who is very athletic and meet those passes coming from either Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Gavi, and attack the open spaces. Gyokeres is that. Erling Haaland was the ideal one. He's a master in attacking spaces and running behind the defensive line, but Gyokeres is another alternative that is very close to him. You combine Gyokeres, goal-scoring machine, with Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Olmo, Gavi, Pedri, you just get one hell of a team. Like, the one thing that Hansi Flick is missing right now in this Barcelona team is a top-tier, high-athletic goal scorer, somebody who is hungry for goals. Gyokeres would really complete this team. His conversion rate in the previous league season was an impressive 25%, which contributed to his league goals. So he is resilient, somebody who would also not cost that much. He would only be around 65 million euros, a price tag that really is cheap when you compare it to what he brings on the field. Of course, 65 million euros is a lot for every club, but when you look at his level, you're like, okay, that's not that bad. This is a great deal. Even the president or the CEO of Sporting CP claimed that he is not willing to hold on to Gyokeres at his club. He wants Gyokeres to feel free to go to whatever club he does want, which is the reason why his price tag is not like at 95 to 100 million euros. Gyokeres at 65 million euros is a bargain and such a steal. As for the links between Gyokeres and FC Barcelona, this is going to be the exact timeline on what has been going on since September 30th, 2024 up until today. So this is going to be very important. Starting with September 30th, there were early reports suggesting that Barcelona's interest in Gyokeres is real, but the financial constraints at that time made him a very expensive option. At that point, Barcelona considered focusing on a lower cost striker, hence the reason why Viktor was signed. Fast forward to October 4th, it was noted that Deco, Barcelona's sporting director, is a big fan of Gyökeres. His close association have recommended Gyökeres to Deco, hinting at a potential big signing for Barcelona in 2025. We fast forward another month to November 4th. Deco starts negotiations to bring Gyökeres to Barcelona. There's mentions of an agreement with Sporting CP allowing Gyökeres' departure for around 60 million to 70 million euros. 11 days later, on November 15th, 2024, says here, Gyökeres is identified as Barcelona's favorite pick for a future striker signing, with transfer price estimates between 60 to 70 million euros. Contacts have already been made with his camp and Sporting Lisbon, with the move feasibility depending on Lewandowski's future at the club. Going to November 27th, 2024, Barcelona is prepared prepared to give up the buyback clause and 50% sell-on fee for Francisco Trincao contract to facilitate Gyökeres' transfer from Sporting CP. On December 7th, 2024, it says here Barcelona is considered clear favorites to sign Gyökeres in the upcoming January transfer window, with a sensational offer being prepared, and if not, it will be made in the summer of 2025. On December 30th, 2024, it was confirmed that Barcelona is working on a plan to lower the transfer fee for Gyökeres by including players like Francisco Trincao and Viktor in the deal to reduce the cost from the 70 million euros that Sporting CP has set. And then lastly, on January 4th, 2025, it states Barcelona hopes to secure Gyökeres in the summer transfer window contingent on resolving their financial situation. This might mean Lewandowski's exit. And so if Barcelona truly want to get a world-class striker in the summer of 2025, it has to be Gyökeres. I'm going to be making another video in the future in regards to who Barcelona should sign in general. It does not necessarily have to be a world-class striker, because to be honest, in my opinion, if Barcelona had the chance to sign Musiala, I would put Musiala over anybody else. Over Gyökeres, over Erling Haaland, over anybody in the world, Musiala would be my signing. But that is going to be for a whole other different conversation. I'm not trying to make this video too long. I'm going to be ending it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.